So you Jermaine Dupri, you started out breakdancing on the Fresh Fest. You growing up in music, you putting out artists, everything's bubbling up, welcome to Atlanta. But the next thing I hear is Jermaine Dupri's girlfriend is Janet Jackson. And nah, this ain't no scandalous show or nothing like that. Yeah. But I want to tell you that I was like, holy shit, wow. Like fucking wow. Right? Because you know Michael Jackson, you don't see him Never Neverland, Janet, Penny from the, like, how does a street kid from Atlanta, Jermaine Dupri, how do you even approach in the nicest way, hi, Miss Janet Jackson, I like you?
I had a stylist that was working for me that was actually Janet's stylist. You know, we all have jokes about different girls, any girl that you talk about, and it would be like, Janet, we have a joke about Janet. I say something slick about Janet, and then she'll say something back, like, I'm going to tell her. And I'm like, shit, tell her. You know what I'm saying? Like, please tell her. You know what I mean? So it was that. So that started. And then once you start that little, you know what I mean? You get past that era. And then it's like, okay, yo, where y'all going tonight? We going to a club. All right, I'm definitely coming to the club. I'm going to meet y'all at the club. You go meet the club. And from there, it just kept going and from one thing to the next.
So Mariah Carey is the biggest in the game. Then she kind of slowed up, and then she got with you. And that's that album that was like that 10 million plus album. Like, what was it like? Did you know that if you produced Magic for her, that shit would take off like that again? Because she wasn't as hot.
Nah, you never, as a producer, you don't never know that, man. You just be trying to just like, I made Always Be My Baby, which was on a record that sold more records than Emancipation. I think that album probably did like 20 million. So this was a song that, like, one of L.A. Reid's favorite records, right? So when they was working on Emancipation of Me, they was doing songs, but he kept saying, you know, I don't feel like you have that Always Be My Baby record. And, you know, they weren't really trying to go in that lane. And then he was like, you know what, fuck it. You got to go down to Atlanta and see Jermaine. So he sent her to Atlanta. The first week that she came to Atlanta, we made It's Like That and Can I Get Your Number, right? So then they loved It's Like That. Like, oh, this it. Okay, we feel like we getting into that space. But he's like, that means you hit a little space. And this one of the genius things about LA, he know when you get close, and he'll keep pushing you till you get to that space. And he told her she had to come back another week. And she came back that following week, and we did Shake It Off, and we did We Belong Together.
You coming up, who was your mentors? Who did you model yourself after? Because we call you the blueprint, but who did you look up to? Was it Quincy Jones?
Of course. Quincy Jones, Berry Gordy, Teddy Riley, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, L.A. and Babyface. And you know, what's crazy is I just wanted my name to be attached to those guys. I was like, if they ever say Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Jermaine Dupri at the same time, I'm done. I don't have to say nothing else, right? And that's pretty much, that's all I was trying to go for. And these guys, they the greatest, man. They the best. They the best to ever do it, and they can do it as many times as they want to.
Yeah, you know these guys, they just got to change the suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I see them, they got the same suit. I know they rich as fuck. I paid them for about 20 different samples. I mean, they rich as hell, but they got to take the shit up. What's the Jermaine Janet Jackson video when they had the hats like this and shit, the zoot suits? Like, yeah. I was like, yo, man, they got to take the shits off.
A lot of people don't know this. Like, I'm the reason why y'all know who Anthony Hamilton is. And it's crazy because today I told somebody, I was like, yo, I'm getting ready to record Anthony Hamilton. And he sent me a message back. He said, yo, this is one of the greatest voices of our lifetime. And I just thought about it like, damn, I signed somebody that people feel like is one of the greatest voices of our life.
No question. He's on his tone, his everything. He's by himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with it, like he's a go-to guy.
Yeah,
you know
100%. And
you got an all-star team. You know, LeBron played different from Kawhi. You know, Kobe played different from Michael or whatever. But you know what you get when you throw him in there. With Anthony Hamilton, when you throw him in there, he's an all-star with his own lane. You know what he came to do.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, like, I signed Anthony basically on demo. My dad actually, once again, my dad heard him. It was Grammy week. He called me. I had him come up to the Arista building, and I signed him right on the spot.
Man, that's beautiful, man. And you signed it, you know, that's what it's about to me, man. When you sign an artist that's legendary, I call them pillars of the community. You know, I don't like to just sign any other rapper for a cute song that they had one time. Like when I bring somebody to the game, I feel like they're gonna be around to test the time with longevity, not just a quick money grab. I want to make sure when I bring them in there, I could be like, yo, I discovered such and such. I discovered such and such. Shout out to my brother Slick Rick from the Bronx.
Slick Rick is amazing, man. But thank you.
Slick Rick different.
Yeah, he was. That's me. That's what I did. Like I basically rap like Slick Rick. Like I love his style, his storytelling. It's just so vivid. Like the way he be saying it, you really, you know what I mean? When he say a whole bunch of kids, whole bunch of Brooklyn boys took right in my throat. Like you could really.
It's right in my throat. It was the moment I did.
Yeah, you could really visualize getting robbed. Like if you go to the club and you have your jewelry on, you understand what I'm saying. You know when niggas is looking at you, and you know when that feeling.
Let me tell you about Slick Rick. Man, hold on. Let me tell you about Slick Rick. When I was young, I was 14 years old. I left my mother's house. My daughter's 14. She a little kid. I can't look at her and be like, yo, I cannot believe I was already hustling. I was already in the streets. But I was still scared. So even though in my age group, I was acting like the toughest guy in the world. So I used to sleep in this crackhead hotel. It's up by Fordham Road and Crotona Avenue. The motel is still there. So you pay them like $30, $40, you spend a night. And I would spend the night there. They was shooting dope. They was busting everybody's head open. The cops there all night. And I was actually acting tough, but I was scared. And the only thing that got me through that time was just listening to Slick Rick songs on my Walkman overnight and repeat. The album just kept going. The music kept going. And he got me through a real tough time. I was only 14 years old in the streets. So I love Slick Rick.
Yeah. Yeah.